What's up, everybody, and welcome to Sex Talk with T.Graye on WEMS Radio. It is Turn the Tables Tuesday, you guys. We're going to be talking to one of my favorite chicks in comedy tonight, Amber Brashear. And we're going to be talking about what we do as women when we turn the tables on you fellas. So we're going to bring my guest on and we're going to have a good time. I hope you guys got your questions ready. Come on in here, Amber.
Hello.
Hey.
What's going on?
Yeah, I'm so glad I finally got this going. You guys in the background, I've been trying to get Amber on my show for mighty long time. Mighty long.
It's been a minute. I was just telling a good friend of mine, I was like, yo, I have to do this. She's asked me so many times.
But listen, I would tell you it's not all on her. It has been on me. T.Graye be busy. Lord, and life will catch you up real quick. But I'm so glad that you are here.
We heard us in the background just now.
Yes. I'm trying to let the people know that we are live right now. Listen, and spelling it wrong while I'm doing it.
That's all right. What's going on, everybody? We are streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. If you're not following me already, I'll take the opportunity while she's setting it up. You can follow me on Instagram at Amber Brashear and all other platforms at Amber Brashear, Brashear. Thank you.
Yes. Nothing wrong with that. And she also has a dope podcast too, you guys. So we're going to talk about that when we get to the end of the show. Make sure that everybody has all your information.
Absolutely.
And while we doing shameless plugs, let me go ahead and shameless plug my homie Tyler Chronicles. Bless me with the black hoodie. You guys, if you are not familiar, Tyler Chronicles is probably one of the most constant on Wild and Out. Fantastic comedian, dope ass writer. He's also now on V103 in Atlanta every morning with Big Tigger. Make sure you guys, and he has a podcast too, More Than Culture. Ronnie Jordan, Remo Rod, one other guy. They're all funny. Support the guys. Hop on.
Tyler is so dope. He's so dope. He's so dope. We did Zoom in with the homies together, and we had the best time. He's so funny.
Yeah, he is super funny. So you guys support my bro. Merch for hire, number 4, higher than all things, So getting right to it. I wanted to talk about something that really, I have a lot of shows. I have another co-host who is always bringing up the color when it comes to dating, when it comes to being in the bedroom. He has all these, what I call misconceived notions. And I was like, let me get a lady on to really kind of dive into this. Does color really work against you negatively? I guess when men are approaching you or men are trying to talk to you, do they come with these preconceived notions or these stigmas because you're a blue-eyed pretty lady, blue-eyed non-melanated lady?
Non-melanated lady. I don't know how many people would agree with you about me being super non-melanated. Because once you get to know me. But you're right. I'm white as hell. I can't change this at all.
Right. I feel like sometimes guys have the wrong idea, or they walk into a situation assuming, because you're not black, you're going to act a certain way, behave a certain way for me, or whatever. Have you ever had that experience, or has a guy ever come at you with that type of stuff before?
Not what you're describing, if I'm being honest. I have had guys tell me that I'm the only white girl they've ever dated. I've had that experience before. But most guys that ask me out, take a minute to get to know me on some degree. And so I think I'm pretty personable in those situations. If I'm interested, I'm personable. It's been COVID, so I got this body pillow right here. This has been
getting real personable with the body.
You know what I'm saying? I don't need a man. I got a body pillow for my cuddles. But no, I mean, I don't know. When I've gotten in relationships with people, it's come up. The conversation has come up because I've always been a person. I feel like it sounds cliche to say I don't see color, but I really don't. I never have. I never understood racism. I grew up in a racist area. I grew up with racist family members. And I questioned it all the time, and I never understood it. And so to me, I know what I'm attracted to, and I don't know. I think that really what you're describing, I haven't heard those stereotypes. Now I've heard this happen to me. I had a guy take me on a date, and then other guys where we went were checking me out, and he didn't like it. And he said, "Oh, they all." Am I allowed to speak freely, or is this
by all means,
PG-13?
have at it.
Okay. So he said, "Oh, they're just looking at you because they think you suck dick good." And I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, that's the only reason black men ask white women out." And then I was in a Clubhouse chat room, and there was a discussion about interracial dating, and one of the females that was speaking on the platform said that black men only date white women for status, that when black women date outside of their race, that they're dating outside of their race for love. So I've heard those things from people.
So let me debunk at least part of that. No, we don't just do that for love. Okay, let me throw a stereotype out there for the rest of you people watching. And when I say you people, I use that term exactly as I said it. We also date white dudes for their good credit. Okay, don't ever think that we leave that part out. We don't.
So funny. So yeah, I mean, I think, you know what, the truth of the matter is when it comes to color, of course there's stereotypes. Of course people have their thoughts. There's going to be people that like it, some people that don't, some people that think that, oh, being with a white woman is like this, or being with a black person is like this, or being with an Asian person is like this, or being with a Hispanic person or a Latin person is like this. And at the end of the day, I'm just going to put it out there. A dick is a dick. Like,
amen.
You know what I'm saying? A dick
if I knew you were going to come in here preaching, girl, I would have bought my first fan.
Not all black men are packing. Not all Asian men are tiny. Not all white men are doing like just sterile,
I've had a couple
bull positions. Like, nah, like some white boys know what they're doing. Some black men have no clue, and they can't hit no spots. And some Asians are bigger than any white, black, or Hispanic person I've ever dated. So,
guys, I believe Bishop Minister Amber just came in here and preached to you guys. Okay. Now, I don't know how it works at your church, Amber, but right about now we will be passing the collection plate.
Yes, pass the collection.
Yes. Where the money reside, like a money, because you just preached the word in here.
But that's the truth, that's the truth. People really do have these stereotypes. Like, yeah, I'm sure I look like the white girl that's been fed with a silver spoon because of how I present myself. Fine, I look like that. I grew up across the street from a trailer park. I grew up with a racist father who was abusive, who I now have no relationship with at all. So just because the cover of a book looks a certain way doesn't mean that the insides are going to tell the same story. So me personally, I don't pay attention to none of that. If I'm attracted to you, I'm attracted to you. If I like you, I like you. If we vibe, we vibe. If we hook up, we hook up. And if the sex is bomb, the sex is bomb. And I don't care what color you are. I don't know how other people feel, but that's how I feel.
I feel like we just... just so overjoyed. I'm so full right now. Like I could just end the show now and just be happy. Seriously, for the next 52 minutes. That is the part though that I feel like I really wanted to get into and just really tackle, because I think that those stigmas come more so from men. Whatever the barbershop talk is, or whatever the, they gossip. Let's be real about that. Men gossip way more than women ever will. But whatever that conversation is, I feel like a lot of men have these misguided notions, these preconceived things that, if one race is going to perform different in the bed versus this. And what's the reality of it is, when for the women, like you said, the standpoint from us is, hey, a dick is a dick at the end of the day. Do you got good dick and treat me right? Like, can we get that in a total package?
Right.
Let me not have one without the other at the end of the day.
Right. And that's also what it comes down to. I'm 37. I don't mind putting my age out there. I'm at a different point in my life. I'm not looking for just sex anymore. I mean, I'm sure there was a point in my life where I was like, all right, cool. If it happens, and move on. But now it's different. I think if all you're looking for is the sex, then I'm looking for attraction, chemistry, because attraction and chemistry is what's going to make good sex.
Right.
But if I'm looking for the total package, I've gotten to the point where if I'm being really honest, like great sex is wonderful, but if that doesn't come with the whole package and he treats me like a queen,
You gotta go.
I'll sacrifice.
Yeah, gotta go. Gotta go.
Because I know how to do me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Amen. Yeah. I've let go of the person who was probably the best sex in my life.
Me too.
Had to let it go.
Me
Like
too.
You
I
don't
let
need
him
to be
go
with
at the
that
beginning of
guy.
the year.
You don't need to be with the best sex of your life guy. Like he's got some issues. Okay, he's a little fucked up.
Yep. They always are. They're the best, and you wish that they were the one that you could say is the one because
Right.
the sex is so good, they make you believe you fell in love. This mother effer had me believing I was in love, T.
So
you know, who was it? Was it Jamie Foxx? Was it Jamie Foxx that wrote that song that was like, "This is in love"? Or no, it was Brian McKnight. He had a song on one of his albums, and it was like, "This is in love. You're just addicted to what the dick did."
Yes.
I was like, "Damn, this song is so true."
Yes. So let's jump into one of these experiences just in being with that person. What would you say was your ultimate experience with that person?
Repeat the question. Who was my ultimate? What?
So
I'm like, I don't know if they want their name out there. Like,
no, you ain't gotta say their name. No. We don't drop names on this show.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I ain't about to drop a name.
We don't drop names. Look, we can do loose descriptions so that they know we're talking about them, but no name drops.
Yeah,
Like that's my life guy. He knows who he is.
He knows who he is too. Yeah. He knows damn well who he is. And you know what the problem is, T? Let's be real for just a second. Let's be real. The problem is that one person that was like the bomb for you, they're always in the back of your head. And what scares me is the day I get married. God bless the soul I married, because in the back of my head, I'm going to be praying that my newly married husband is going to fuck me like he did.
Yes, please and thank you. Fuck me like that. Yeah. Let me tell you something though. With the right amount of coaching, I feel like you can get somebody very close.
This is true.
I feel like with the right amount of coaching, just leaving random pornos around. Remember that technique? Let me find that technique in a porno. I'm just going to leave that there for you. Watch that.
Oh, man. You know, one time I dated this guy and I'm not going to say his name, he had problems with erections. And I, at one point, because he was so scared to go to the doctor, I was like, what if something's wrong? And I happened to know a urologist. And so we went together for him to get it checked out. And it was a blood flow issue that he needed to get medicine for. Whatever. It was a good thing that we checked it out. But before that, I would go to the sex store and get like little toys and like little things and put it in a gift bag. And then put it on the bed and like be in negligee, like trying to drop he would get offended. He would get offended.
Yo, so
I was like, I'm trying to help you.
This is something that's funny. Trying to hell yeah. So this is something that we talk about often. When you have a man who does not perform well. Now, I've asked men their perspective on how we should deliver that information. But I feel like if we bring every tool we possibly can, and I've done what you've done, I've laid the shit out. You know what I mean? I get the room paid for it, everything, laid the shit out,
right?
All of that. Like, what do you do in that sense? How do you then, one, deliver the information that, hey, I'm not satisfied, but then two, also not kill his ego?
There's not a good way to do it. I know guys are like, oh, well, you can do this and you can do that. Because I've also asked my guy friends, like before I even said something to him, I was like, yo, what do I do? I asked my male, I'm a comedian. And so at the end of the day, I have a shit ton of men around me all the time. I was like, yo,
think they know every damn thing. I don't know why comedians feel like they know all, but side note, that's for another show. Go ahead.
But my point is that I asked many men, like, how do you deliver it? And they were like, oh, well, you should get him a gift. So I was like, all right, I'll do that. And then they were like, well, you should make him watch you so that he has an example. So I was like, all right, screw it. My insecurities are out the window. Watch. You know what I'm saying? Like, that didn't do it. Like, it just wouldn't happen. I've been in sexless relationships too. You know, my last relationship was pretty sexless, you know, and the guy said some really cruel, awful things to me that he has now apologized and bent over backwards to make up for. But I don't know. I think when it comes to sex as a whole, like, you got to be confident and you have to be able to speak your mind. And if you're not pleased and you're not happy, then there has to be a point where you say, like, look, this is what I want. The best sex I ever had, I could say that to him. I could look him dead in the eye and say, like, some crazy kink shit if I wanted to. I could say anything. I could hand him a paddle and say, beat me. Like, I could do anything with this man. You know what I mean? And I think that's why I felt like, okay, I love this person, because it was a level of undeniable trust in intimacy. And now I've gotten to where in a relationship, I approach it. I'm like, look, if I tell him right up front, if I don't like something, whatever, I'm telling you, like, I hope you're okay with that. And so I've been lucky that approach has worked for me, because I tell them from the beginning. Also, I think just being a comedian, they know I'm going to speak my mind. So maybe that helps.
So a couple of the fellas are trying to.
Alabama said singing Telegram.
Earlier, he said to just tell them that it's trash. Prophet P chimed in and said that.
No dick ain't shit. Yo, shit. Like, that's what we supposed to do. Like, you ain't hitting the spot. Yo.
Horrible. You think it's horrible. That'd be the.
Yo, T, me and you, we need to get on like TikTok and come up with a whole, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, dudes would be so upset, but that Joe would have millions of hits from women.
Right. Viral, instantly viral.
So something that you said made a lot of good sense, and I kind of want to get into it a little bit. You said it was so good to you that it then made you think that you were in love.
Yeah.
And so a lot of women, I feel like we get digmatized out here. But trying to separate when you're in that level of intimacy, trying to separate what you feel for the person versus what you feel for the dick. Sometimes it's not always easy. But women, I would just challenge you to stop being digmatized, y'all. I know it's hard.
It's hard.
I know it hit your soul. I know it do.
It's hard because this particular person, he had so many qualities that I really loved about him. Like, I loved who he was as a person. But when I started asking myself, and it took me, I mean, this has been somebody that's been in my life for 5 years on and off. And it took me, we linked up at the beginning of this year. And after that, like in January, like at the top of the year. And after that, I started seeing the same patterns that had happened every year prior with him. And I was like, what is he doing for me that I'm really do I really love this person, or am I trying to force something to happen that's not going to happen? And what I realized was, I think he is so hurt by the things that have happened to him, or somebody screwed him up, that every woman is the same in his mind. And so he can't get past it. And I'm not going to be the one to wait around. Like, we're the same age. I'm not going to wait 10 more years for you to tell me you're not going to commit. Right. You know, and so I had to really say, like, am I feeling fulfilled in this, or is it just good sex for me? And when I really started looking at that, then I started looking at his Instagram posts and the stuff he was putting. I was like, it was annoying me. I was like, why do I like this person? I don't like who he is internally.
Right. The hypnotizer's starting to wear off.
Right.
So Ninja said it's hard not to call it love if he eats the booty.
Yep.
So I'm not going to disagree with you, Coffee Ninja. I'm going to say that good sex can render you in an unsafe emotional place.
Yes.
I'm going to say that. That sounds as politically correct as I can get. It could put you in an unsafe emotional place. So then now your senses are down. You know what I mean? My guard is down. I'm allowing you into me in more than one way. You know what I mean? So how we express what we feel, especially in the physical sense, I could see where it could be the notion of love. But is it just lust? Is it just extreme lust.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You have to be able to decipher the two. And I think the key in that is to say, like I just said, are you being fulfilled? Like, what do you need to feel? I just had this conversation with somebody because they were in a bad situation. I said, what do you need? What are actionable items that another person can do or show you that makes you feel loved? Because for me, I have a list now, and they're actionable things. So if you're not doing those things, then you're probably not going to get very far with me. It's going to stay pretty surface level. You know what I mean? So you do have to get to a point where you decipher. Some people never get there. I know 40-year-olds in LA right now that are still acting like a 15-year-old that just had sex for the first time.
Right.
So,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like, some people never get there, and that's okay. But as women, I feel like we do need to take a step to say, you know what? Am I okay? First of all, if this is just sex, am I okay with that? Do I feel safe? Do I feel protected? Do I feel honored? Because when you have sex with somebody, you are letting somebody gain access to your soul. I don't care what you believe religion-wise, but somebody put it to me this way, and I thought it was a perfect pictation of what it is. If you look at your body like you're an orange, and every time somebody has sex with you, every single time, that orange is being stabbed with a knife. You got 100 fucking dudes running through you. You're gonna be a fucked up orange at the end of this. So you know your body is wholly. If you have unprotected sex with a man, their DNA stays inside of you. Women, if you didn't know, their DNA stays inside of you. It's true that the person's spirit can attach to you if you are religious. Like, I believe that. I know it can happen. So you have to really protect your body, and you have to protect like who you allow in that space. And I think that's super important. So if it's just going to be sex, make sure that your temple is protected, because that's at the end of the day, that's what we have, you know? If you want more, then you have to say, am I fulfilled? Am I happy? Am I getting what I need from this person? And am I on the same page with this person? And if any of those answers are no, then you should probably not be involved, because you're the one who's going to get hurt if you're aware that you're not fulfilled.
Right. So I do have a question that maybe you want to add to your repertoire as you're dating, meeting, or even suggesting your friends. And I'm going to be quite honest with you guys. I 100% stole this question. Put that out there. I stole this question from Harold Fisher, who is amazing media guy on WHUR, but he asked me this, and he poses this to women just in general, just to kind of get them thinking, but I feel like it's really powerful. The question is, if you take away the sex and the money, what is it that you bring to the table that no other woman can bring? No other woman, period. And then get in the habit of, one, being able to answer that question for yourself, and then ask that question of the partner that you're seeking. You know what I mean? Because those two things, one, can definitely cloud your judgment, of course. But there is a blueprint, so to speak, or a box of shit that we look for everybody. We always want smart. We always want handsome. We always want funny. We always want, fiscally responsible. Those across the board, of course. Tons of men can all provide that.
Right.
But what is that one thing that, take away the money, take away the sex, that no other person on God's green earth can do? Right. And if you begin to answer that, not only for yourself, but then ask your partner and understand what that is of your partner, you'll have a better understanding of yourself, of that person, where you can go in that relationship, where you can be. Even one day the sex is not going to be there. You know what I mean? Even best sex of my life, dude, 20 years from now, this dick ain't going to work. Okay? That shit going to be overworked. It's going to be overworked and underpaid like a motherfucker.
100%.
So what will be left? You know what I mean? What is it when you say, what are your actionable things? What is this thing that you bring to the table that nobody else can?
Yeah, I think that's a great point. It's a great question, and you're right. If you can't look at what's there without the sex and the money, because we're all, I hope to God it's not anybody I know, and it's not me, but I've definitely been broke, I've definitely, there's going to be a time where we can't have sex, where even that's not appealing, you know what I mean? Even in pregnancy, like during pregnancy, you don't always want to have sex. Sometimes, I hear the other way around. I hear you really want to have sex.
It depends.
I think it depends on where you're at in your pregnancy, which trimester.
Yeah, that second trimester hit different. I ain't even gonna lie to you. The first trimester, you be too tired.
Right.
But,
that's what I was gonna say. The first trimester you're tired. The second trimester you're super, super wanting it, and then your third trimester you're uncomfortable and you're self-conscious because you have a whole basketball in front of you.
When that side stroke is supposed to be on. Okay, and I'm gonna just go ahead for anybody who has a pregnant chick at home right now. You trying to figure what you can do. Same way she got that body pillow. You get that girl to the side. You hold that belly because that's your baby in it. And you fuck all shit out of her. Don't make her get up. Don't make her bend over.
Oh shit! Do that when we ain't around. That shit feel good.
Yeah. But that side joint, ladies, if you're gonna be helpful when he hitting it from the side, you hold his leg. A dude told me that no woman ever held his leg before. They need that extra bit of balance. Just public service announcement.
I love it. Yes. I love it.
But it's different. I ain't even. I've had 3 kids.
We didn't even know we were gonna go there.
It's okay though. I think that's good information for people to have though. Keeping your sex,
absolutely,
your sex drive up in any circumstance or situation. You do always have to consider a person's health. You dated the dude who had the erectile dysfunction, but it was a legitimate health issue that caused that dysfunction. A lot of people look at our hindrance, like they look at these things as a hindrance, but the reality of it is it's a lot of health issues that come along with having a healthy sex life. So keeping your temple in good shape is always important, and then not ignoring when there are signs that there's something wrong.
He ignored it. Yes. He ignored it. Apparently several relationships that had been the case. And then the guy that I was in the sexless relationship with, if I wanted it, like, just to talk bluntly in positions, if I wanted it from the back, which is amazing, fellas, if you don't do it, you should be doing it.
When you do it.
Huh?
So, I said, and you should pull some hair when you do it.
Maybe smack an ass cheek or something while you do it, you know? We're just giving you the little tips, you know? Just little tips. But he was, the first time I asked him to do it, he was scared to do it, T. He said that it felt like he was hurt, like he was scared, and he was a black man, and he was very afraid to do it to a white woman because he said that he was afraid that he would be accused of something. And I had to say, oh, hell no. Like, that's not what's happening here. Wow. Like, we stopped everything and had a whole conversation about it. And then when we did it, he was so gentle. And, you know, sometimes you don't want it gentle. You get it in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need you to go.
You go get your green mile ass to not have you put it to me.
Then I'm like, you know, I'm talking shit and I'm like harder, you know, all these things, you know, I'm not going to do my little sexy voice, but I'm like coaching him.
Yes.
Finally he did. And he really enjoyed it. And then afterwards we had this whole conversation and he was like, I never did. I was always scared I was going to hurt the girl. I felt like I was being mean and abusive. Like, he didn't want to smack my ass. He didn't want to pull my hair. He didn't want to do nothing rough. And I appreciated that he was concerned about me. But the truth is that he's from the deep South. It was integrated in him. There were things that he didn't even realize were such issues until it was in front of him. And so it was a growing moment for us in our relationship. And then, you know, fast forward down the line, that's all he ever wanted to do.
He was like, oh yeah, I like
so
this
I unleashed a demon.
yes, I like this shit. Yes, I get it.
You know, I think those things you were talking about, like color in sex, I think if you are in an interracial situation, like, you've got to be prepared for these types of conversations, especially white and black specifically, because there's so much racial tension, I think, especially with all the things that are going on currently, you know, I think you have to be prepared and you have to be willing to have those conversations because otherwise, you know, people are going to get hurt.
Most definitely. So we are here, you guys. This is Sex Talk with T.Graye on WEMS Radio. I have Amber Brashear with me, and I've just been enjoying this entire time. It is Turn the Tables Tuesday. So we're going to get into a time that maybe we've had to turn the table. A lot of times in sexual situations, the man or your butch girl is the one being the aggressor. Have you ever had a situation, Amber, where you had to turn the tables and you had to be the aggressor and just go?
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. I told you my last relationship was sexless. He rejected me. I've never been rejected so much in my life. And this was in a relationship. Like, I have not been so rejected out of a relationship. Like, just trying to get a man. I'd be like trying to get it in the morning. He'd tell me no. I'd be trying to get it at night. He'd tell me no. He always told me no. And finally, one time I got out the shower and he had jumped because we worked out. We both took showers. I was in the room. And then I waited till he got out and I pushed his ass on the bed and jumped on him. He still said no.
Wow.
What? So yes,
Wow.
I've absolutely had to be the aggressor. I don't have any problem with initiating sex, especially in a relationship. And I mean, there's certainly been times I've initiated it, and there's been times where the guys initiate. I think that's pretty balanced for me. But my last relationship, yeah, absolutely, I was the aggressor. So it ended our relationship. To be honest, it was one of the biggest problems. I got to the point where I felt undesired and unwanted. And he would reassure me all the time, no, that's not it. That's not it. And I'm like, so what's going on? Do we need to talk about your sexuality? Like, what is happening? Like, I started thinking all kinds of shit. Because I'm like, I know I'm cute. And I know my shit is good.
You cute as a motherfucker, yeah. I'm about to, I'll be over there in a minute since he wasn't like
all right now, T.
The world is coming to an end, you guys. You already know COVID happened. Might as well. Like,
have you had to be the aggressor?
Yes. And let me tell you something. I don't want to ever have to work that hard. I don't.
Right.
So it's a lot of stigma sometimes with the female being the aggressor. Mm-hmm. It's where the thought we freaks, we this, we that, because we are comfortable in our sexual selves. We know what we want, and we don't have a problem going out to get it. So I have had situations where I had to be the aggressor, kind of almost similar to the guy that you mentioned. He didn't want to hurt the woman. So I've dated a guy where some of his experience has been that, either people were raped, wasn't him, or he was accused, didn't do it, or whatever the case may be. And being a Black man accused of something that you haven't done, it will give you some level of nervousness in trying to be intimate. So he wouldn't do anything either unless the woman initiated it. And I mean initiated every step. Like if I only kissed him, then that would be it. If I said, okay, well, come on and I'm gonna get you in the bed and I gotta get you naked, like I would have to initiate the entire process, not necessarily instruct, but just say, hey, this is what I want, this is how I'm gonna go about it. And similar to the point that if I didn't, then he wouldn't at all. Or the most he might do is hug me or kiss me, maybe. So I definitely get that. Sometimes you definitely have to take charge of what you want. And then I am a tad impatient. If I am entered into a sexual relationship with somebody, I like it pretty consistent. Minus when my cycle is on, it's 3 other weeks in a month. That's 27 days. I think I should be fucking at least 19 to 20 of them days. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's probably how often I want it. Plus, I'm in that age range where our sex drive is on 1,000 right now. So if I don't get it as much as I want, I will, I'm going to come up behind you. I'm going to grab your butt a little bit. You know what I mean? Rub on you, let you know, hey, I want you. If you tired, that's fine. Just lay there. I got you. I'll do this. So it does happen. But then I don't ever want to be looked at negatively for taking charge in that way. And I think especially if you're a single woman and you want a guy, I think you should be comfortable enough to tell that guy that that's what you want. I don't think there should be no shame, no harm in it. I don't think you should be judged. I don't think you should be looked at or negatively because you're secure in yourself and you know what you want. I don't think it's fair across the board, but.
Sorry, I don't know what happened. I got kicked out somehow.
It's okay, but you back, boo.
I'm back. Yes, I'm back.
Yes,
Guess who's
yes,
back?
yes,
Shady's back. All
yes.
right.
I just gave them a very
I
nice
heard the
speech.
last end of it. I was backstage. I heard it. I
I
was
just
like,
gave them
listen
a
to T
very,
giving them the tea.
very nice speech. Yes, about don't judge us wrong because we want to be the aggressor. Sometimes,
Right. I
I,
don't know
I
why men. I don't know why men do judge that. And you're right, they do. And what's interesting is that when you talk to guys, a lot of the time they'll be like, "I want a woman to approach me. I want a woman to initiate stuff with me. I want a woman to take me out." No, you don't.
no,
No,
because as
you
soon as
don't.
we
Because when we
do,
do, you have a problem with it.
y'all be on some
Y'all
bullshit.
feel emasculated. You feel like a woman don't need you. You get insecure. Then I don't know what y'all want. Y'all are too damn wishy washy.
And then they say it's us
Right.
at the end of it. But you made a very valid point. Men don't ask for what you're not ready for.
Right.
People in general. If I say this is what I want and this is how I want it, and here I have this person who's interested enough in me to do those things or to give it to me in that way, then you have to be secure enough to receive it. Don't ask for something that you're not ready to. Don't say that you want a woman to approach you or you want a woman to take the first step if when she does, you're either too nervous to follow through
Right.
or you're going to badmouth her. And
Right.
and I think that piece of the puzzle is kind of it's so much of a disconnect there because we as women walk the line of acceptance or total drag. Like, excuse me, you're either going to accept me as I am or you're going to drag the hell out of me. Either way, you're going to fuck me. Okay. Either way you are. But at the end of it, either you're going to accept me as I am and move with the way I move, or you're going to drag me because T gave it up, T did this, he did well,
Right.
it's because I thought that there was something actually here. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
That
don't
happened to me.
that
That happened to me when I first started comedy, actually. That happened to me when I first started comedy. And it's because what this is men do now. I'm gonna say something, men, y'all can hate me all you want. I don't care. Because y'all do something that women do not do. If a woman gets rejected by a man, we don't sit there and go, "Well, I didn't want to date your fat, bad little dick having ass." We don't do all that shit. The minute I say no to a dude, "Well, I didn't want to take your fat ass out anyways. You ain't funny. You think you funny. You this, you that." It starts to be insult after insult after insult. And I've talked to many of my girlfriends, and they all say they've had the same experience. "Oh, you wanted to take me out so many times until I said no. Then it was all of a sudden you don't." Like, y'all got to get out your feelings. Because it is like that.
They can't handle it. So there's a level of immaturity and insecurity that seemingly runs so deep. And I'm not going to say that it's all men. I'm not. Some men, you can say no, they can be respectful, they can move on,
Sure.
talk shit once they leave the room. But it's the ones that do that. Yeah. It's the ones that now I'm mad. It doesn't even make sense. You can't want to fuck me and be mad at me within the same 60 seconds.
Yeah.
It's virtually impossible.
Right. But it's only men. I won't say I'm with you. It's not all men, but men are the only ones that I know that do that. I don't know women. I have never met a woman that does that.
Like, oh my God, I don't want you.
Right. No. Now we will go out with your ass, and if you dog us out, be like, "Man, his little dick having ass." Like, we will do some shit like that after the fact.
Listen, but we wait until we know the dick is little for real. Right. Okay. We don't see when we insult you, we want it to be truth to it. We're not just gonna lie on your dick. If it's little for real, oh nigga, we're telling somebody. Okay. I'm gonna do just public service announcement. Right. All little dick niggas be on good behavior. Post taste, okay?
Right.
And this, seriously, if my pussy was some trash, believe me, I would be the nicest broad.
You know what I'm saying? There's a newfound confidence that comes when you realize that your pussy is the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Asshole.
Nobody can tell you shit about you. I'm like, look, at the end of the day, I know my shit fucked you up.
You gonna remember me, motherfucker.
Right.
You gonna be on their wedding day. That's gonna be the real you playing in the back of your head. T.Graye.
Yeah. And you know it's good because the ones that let you go always come back.
Oh my God, they 20, 30 years later. It's people in my inbox from high school Nigga, are you
Right.
serious? I didn't even know I was taking people's virginities like that. I was like, oh.
Somebody just asked, so do you get turned on if a guy acts submissive to you and wants you to take control and command? No, I personally don't. I don't like a submissive man. I don't want to have to order a guy around and tell them what to do. Now, I will step up and coach, like we talked about earlier, but I'm the type of woman, like, I feel like as a comedian, first of all, there's women, we really have to assert ourselves because it's such a male dominated industry. And as a comedian, I have to assert myself all day. I have to assert myself in calls, when I'm negotiating my contracts, when I'm, meetings, when I'm on stage. We have to level up to men, or go a level beyond is what I mean. Like, we have to one up to even be considered on the same level. So when I'm in a relationship with a man, and especially if I'm intimate with a man, I want to be the one that's able to be submissive. I want to be with a man that I can relax with and be like, he got me. I don't have to worry. I don't have to make the decision. Like, even when I go on dates, like, I'm supposed to go on a date tonight, I don't want to have to make the decision. Like, you figure it out. You ask me out, you figure it out. I make decisions all day long.
Right.
So no, I don't want a submissive man that I've got to command. I do know women that want that, and I know it's definitely a kink in the BDSM world that there are men that want a dom woman and they're submissive, and I know there's vice versa. That's not me personally. I think that's just a personal choice.
Yeah, no, so I get it. So I think that was Coffee Ninja who asked that question. So I operate in the same vein as she does. I have 4 shows. I have a full-time job. I got 3 kids. I'm on the whole household. So I am the boss or in charge all the time. So in the bedroom, I do like to submit. I am pull my hair, choke me out, smack my ass, toss me, flip me, tie me up. That's me. But there is, I'm not gonna lie to you, there is a little piece in that's like, okay, if my partner says to me, this is what I require or this is what I like, I will accommodate you. But it has to be a fair exchange, no robbery. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to crawl over to me, you need mama to give you some directions, I'll make you say please and thank you for this pussy. Yes, I will. Yes, I will make you say please and thank you. Okay, because when a man tells me please in the bedroom, I'm telling y'all, it turns me on. I don't know what it is about that word, but that it does it for me. Right. So if that is what you're in, I think that there needs to be, a level. Yeah, everybody should have what they want, what turns them on, what gets them there. But in that same time, like, if I'm able to turn the tables, I think that you should be willing to too. You know what I mean? If you want to submit Monday, okay, well, I need you to dominate me Tuesday then. You know what I mean? Like,
and I think you bring up a good point. You bring up a really good point, because you're right. If my man says I want to try something, I'm not going to deny him. Especially like I'm very much of the fact, if I'm with you, I'm with you, and I don't want limitations in the bedroom in terms of, I don't want to not just be able to say something to me and me not be able to say something to you. So if he wants that every now and then, or it's a request or it's a fantasy or what, fine. But for me, if it was every single time, it would become a turn off. It would become a turn off for me.
Right.
So, and I would imagine probably for you, it's like, if that's what if you want to act out something every now and then, if you want to communicate something to me, fine. But the minute you ask me to peg you, I don't know if I can do that.
Nah, I'm not doing that.
I don't know if I can do that. That's not my thing.
Yeah. Like, I've been at work all day and you want me to blow my back out?
Right.
No, that's your job. No.
Right. I don't got those kind of muscles developed.
Listen, everything was made for a man. They was not made for me.
Right. I can lift my pelvis. I don't know how about thrusting.
That's right.
I can lift. Right. I don't know about thrust.
Listen, and every once in a while, you guys, I hop on here and do a sex fact. And so the average amount of thrust in a sexual situation is like 500, 1 to 500 thrusts. You think I'm fit to strap up and 1 to 500 thrust your ass? You crazy. I'm not doing that.
That's a whole nother workout.
Listen, which is why.
Like,
not
y'all,
made
y'all really have no reason not to have abs and a V. The way if y'all are fucking,
See, Bishop Minister Amber keeps coming with these words. Yeah. Why in the fuck is your stomach?
Right.
And
I can't have you. I can't have you using my back as a tabletop. I can't get into it.
Yes.
You can't even get all the way in. Like, I don't understand.
She just made such a valid point. I didn't even think about that. If you were supposed to be just working,
if you get 500, if you're doing 500 good ones, that's like 500.
Your core should be strong as shit.
Right.
Yes. Your core.
So that's how I'm gonna look at all y'all that don't have your core together. I'm gonna look at y'all and be like, so what kind of sex you be doing? You be the lazy motherfucker in the bed. You be the one laying down making me on top. That's why my knees are still 22. You understand?
That's why
I got young knees.
Put in this overtime.
Right.
300 squats on your dick. I'm not doing that.
Right. That's why my legs still look like I still professionally dance. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm still on Broadway. You understand?
And that was so funny that you say that, because when I'm on top, like, I'm always trying to come up with a new way to do it so that my knees really don't have to be involved. I'm always trying to think of a new position. So,
girl, you just gotta have strong knees.
It's safe. Like, Jesus.
Knees and your quads. If you can strengthen your quads, you'll be good, because then you'll be putting all the pressure on your quads when you doing your thing.
So let me tell you what's funny. So first, I'm super transparent. I tell my audience everything.
I love it
about me. But so I go to a trainer, just started trying to get like 40 pounds up off me. So we do a shit ton of squats.
Yeah.
Shit ton of lunges, our cardio, every goddamn thing, weights, abs, all that. So when I'm riding now, like, I'm counting my squats. Like if we have a song in class,
as you should,
that I could do 300, I'm going to try to go for that whole song. Like, if the song is playing in my mind, I'm going to.
That's why you gotta have a Vegas sex playlist,
I feel like it's a win-win.
Right.
I feel like I'm getting extra exercise. You don't know I'm counting these squats. You just think T.Graye off the chain. Yes, she is. Yes.
I need your sex playlist, T, because if you get 300 squats in a song, I need to know what song that is so I can add it to mine.
Particular, like, I do, because I have to focus, and I just keep, And then when my knees be like, no, bitch, I be like, okay, I'll listen to them. That's when I hit them with the reverse cowgirl and just give them a lot of back action. I let my knees rest. Okay. I use their legs as a counterweight. So I put my hand on their legs, and then I just bounce this ass. So for them, they get the visual. Because I was going to say, for them, it's the visual. Yeah, they see the ass going up and down. They don't know that I'm putting in half the work. They don't know that.
Yeah, every guy that I've ever done that with, they say, oh, it's all right, but it's the visual. They like the visual. It's not that it feels the best. And for me, I'm like, man, if I'm not tired, you're right. If I'm not tired, I got your legs to hold on to. Now it's all about leverage. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to do this. I ain't got to worry about my quads. My quads are worn out. My endurance is tapped out. I done ran a 2.5K marathon. You understand? I'm like, you right. Or I'm gonna lay there and just be like, all right, whatever you want, go ahead, get it over.
Listen, Coffee is all one tonight. He said, if you want some endurance sex, he said, he used to ride a bike for 100 miles a week. That endurance transferred to the bed. Oh, you look like a rabbit for 30 minutes, not even breaking a sweat. Well, look at you. Coffee.
I think Coffee Ninja trying to lightweight hit on us.
First off,
he like, yo. Alabama says you fucking with a Fitbit.
You got a picture that pops up on here. You on that beard gang stuff. Now let me tell you. So the beard gang, when you're getting head, are you for it or against it?
Best sex of my life, had a full beard. It didn't bother me at all. I'm gonna say this. I don't like. How do I say this without being?
Go ahead and be whatever it is.
I don't want to offend anybody.
Dry, you don't want no crackly, crunchy.
I feel like black men take care of their beards better than white men do. I feel like black men put the oils in their beards and they keep them nice and maintain. I've obviously seen some nasty ass beards before on black men too. It's not just, but follow me here.
No, they
not
do.
not trying to say
Hair is a different level.
Yeah, I feel
on
like
this
black
side.
men
Yeah, it's a
really
different
take
level.
care of their beards and their grooming the same way they take care of their haircuts. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I don't feel like white men always do that. And so I'm not into white dudes with beards for that reason, because they look unkept and dirty. But I love a black man with a beard.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's the nicest PC way I can say it. Sorry if I hurt somebody's feelings.
Listen to our book of bullshit. Okay. Chapter 10, Men with Beards, verse 22.
Right.
The prophet Chet Hanks said,
but best sex of my life, he had a full beard and he kept it right, and it was fine. I've never had unkept beard before. If I had unkept beard, I would probably feel very differently about beard.
Yeah, so like I said, Prophet Chet Hanks said it is a white boy summer. Okay.
What?
Prophet Chet Hanks.
A white boy. So what's that mean? I don't understand. Am I supposed to know what that means because I'm white? Because I don't know what it means.
So like Megan had the hot girl summer. Prophet Chet Hanks, because he speaks a word from his own God, said that it is white boy summer. So if this is true, I'm gonna need for all you white boys with beards to get your shit together.
Yeah, just oil it up.
White boy summer. We said it's black queen summer. So listen, this is the kind of commingling that you're gonna be doing. Okay. What we need just as women in general, we need for you white men to start putting a little shea butter. Okay?
It doesn't even matter. You know what? Take ethnicity out of it. Just keep your shit together. Like, just keep it together. Stay groomed. Take care of your grooming. Make sure you're clean and well kept and well manicured. Every woman loves a well manicured man. I don't know one woman that's like, look like shit and I'm attracted to it. Like, I don't know anybody that's going to say that, really. Maybe there's somebody. Maybe you're somebody's cup of tea.
That is something that is really overlooked. I know a lot of men are not metro, you know what I mean? So the grooming, the manicures, the pedicures, like they have this notion of it takes a stab at their masculinity, but the reality of it is, as women, we like that, because what I don't want is you sticking your fingers over here giving me a hysterectomy.
That part. You got black nails trying to come up in. Nope. No. I went on a date with a guy and he had the nicest. They weren't manicured. He just had them clean, like they were, cut down and clean. And I complimented him, and he said, "That is a very strange compliment." I said, "What makes you think I'm gonna let you touch me anywhere private if you had nasty ass fingers?" He goes, "I never thought about it like that."
No, they don't think about it like that. They don't even want to wash their hands, and they want to go straight for grabbing your cooch. No. No.
Your hygiene is important, fellas and ladies. Ladies too. I've had men tell me that some women are nasty like that. They don't pay attention to certain things. They don't pay attention to the way that they keep their nails, their toes. Their toes look ratchet. Their nails look like I don't even have my nails done right now, but they're filed and my cuticles are pushed back. You know what I mean? Like they're not.
I'm always in the nail shop.
Our nail shops, well, I think they just opened back up because of COVID, but everything's been closed. So I've been doing them, and I learned how to do my own like nail extensions and everything. And so I was doing it myself, and then I was like, I've had these on for a year. I should probably take these off and let my nails breathe. So I took them off. But it is important. It is important
the presentation, because I think a lot of people miss the mark where your presentation not only says to me that you care about me while we're out because you are a representation of me when we're together, but it also lets me know how much you care about yourself.
Yeah.
So if you don't care about yourself enough to have your shape up nice, have your beard together, not be dirty when you see me, or you know what I mean?
Especially a first date, guys. Especially a first date.
To touch me, and that's could be with clothes on or clothes off. I don't want you to be, rough and stuff. You put a little lotion on. You got to be ashy. You know what I mean? Like those things, those self-care things to me correlate with how you're going to care about me. You know what I mean? Not on a selfish level, but if you take the time to care about yourself, you care about how you present yourself to me, you care about how we present ourselves as a team when we're out. You know,
Yeah.
those things definitely do matter.
And I think there are certain exceptions. Like I've had, like especially during quarantine, I've had a guy tell me, I haven't been able to get my hair cut, blah 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 blah, and I'm like, okay, at least you're being honest with me and you're acknowledging that you should be groomed better than you are. Like that to me, it's like, okay, I can check that off of because for me, I care really more about the person. But at first appearance, if I look at you and you're in a holey shirt and it's got stains all over it, unless you just lost your job and you are homeless, which I probably wouldn't go on a date with you at that point anyway. Because I just have different standards now.
Yes, it's okay.
But when I started comedy, I didn't have no money or nothing, so I might have. I don't know.
It's okay.
Coffee Ninja said, I think it's crazy that men are not willing to groom as much as a woman. Women put a lot of work and maintenance into themselves. I agree. And I also think what is it called when men have a stereotype on women that they don't hold a double standard? I think it's a double standard that women, because men always want us to look so good. I just saw somebody post a video on Instagram, and I can't remember who it was to save my life, but they said men want women fit, sexy, fit, submissive, cooperative, and something else. And I was like, that is so true. Most men do want that from a woman. But then you look at the guy that wants it and you're like, well, why does he think he gets it?
Right. They want the image that they want everybody to see. Never mind what I portray alone, because most times when men walk into the room with other men, nobody's judging that man on him. They judge that man on a woman that's on his arm. Yeah. So even if you out here looking busted and disgusted, but you got a nice woman on your arm, right? Then to another man, something must be awesome about this guy. You know, right. This guy must have it together. This guy must be a baller. This guy must be this, that, and the third, because you look at the woman as a representation of who they are, even though at the end of the day, the woman can't speak to the type of man that he is. But that's the notion now. You know what I mean? You got the bad bitch. You know what I mean? Then he could just be broke and ugly. You don't know.
You see that all the time out here in LA, all the time, because everybody wants the hottest thing, the next best thing. It's quantity over quality. That's what I noticed in this city, specifically in this city. I think Prophet just said something, but I missed what popped up. So belly on back session is a no. What in the world? He says things that I need you to break down what you mean, Prophet, because I don't understand what. So belly on back. Oh, you mean your belly on my back?
Yeah, you talking about chunky dudes putting that gut on us, sis. No. So I know for a big guy, I guess y'all use y'all stomach to give you that leverage. It gives you that little extra thrust.
How?
But I didn't say that it worked. I said that that's
where they put a hook underneath the floor.
So because this has been my experience. Okay, now I'm not gonna make it seem like I'm just straight hoe, but I ain't no saint neither. I've had all shapes, sizes, denominations, races. Yeah, I've had my fun. And so when I've had bigger dudes, my thing is, if your dick can't stay inside of me, are we even really having sex? Like, if your stomach is on my ass, you have to account for that space. And maybe that's what the problem is. Maybe because you can't get in it sufficiently is why you keep slipping out, bro. I don't know.
If I had a bell, I would because that's true. And I have tried to date a bigger guy before, and I remember the only position that worked was me on top. That was it. That was the only position that worked.
Don't nobody want to do that all the time.
Yeah, because like you just said, that was a real thing. That was a real thing. And I'm not trying to
Never had a
fat
fall
shame or make anybody feel bad about their bodies. Like,
but it's the reality though. It's the reality though.
And I've asked my friends too, just to piggyback on that. You know, I have friends that are not, you know, tiny toothpicks, and they date bigger guys, and they have said to me too. They've said there are only certain positions that work. Like, it's tricky. They've said that to me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It is very much so. So this is absolute fact. I'm not making this up. For every 32 pounds that a man is overweight, it then rescinds his penis about an inch. Okay. Now this is based on what your height and weight should be. So if you consider, let's just say the man is 300 plus, but he's 5'10", so he's not really supposed to be more than 200, 215.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of dick, sir, that you just threw out the window. That's a whole lot of dick, sir, that has now inverted. So you can't get this pussy the way you should. You can't.
That's a whole nother level of bitch you could be fucking. You understand? If you got dick that good, oh my God.
Listen, it's the truth. And again, she was right. We're not fat shaming. And I'm solid. Okay. I'm solid now. I've been smaller. I'm solid now. So yeah, you gotta lift up a little tummy to get to it. But
me too. I'm thick as hell, girl.
But for me, I feel like it works. It's not so much that it's cumbersome.
It's not obtrusive.
Right. It's not so much that it's then going to affect my sex life in a way that I can't continue to be pleasing to you, or that I got to keep stopping, or this thing ain't still going to give that. It's still going to give you all of that.
That
It's still going to give you all of that.
Yo, I've been trying to learn these damn TikTok dances to that WAP song because I like the little dance they're doing. And I was like, I'm too white.
Not at all. You better have some fun. Listen. Like, you should have some fun. So, you guys, I hate to even end this because we are having such a great conversation, but we got to get up out of here. So, I want you to tell everybody about your dynamic podcast. Tell everybody where they can find you.
Yeah. So I actually, it's not a podcast. I filmed one season of a TV show that I've been wanting to do, and I'm in the process of I live streamed it because I wanted to see, I've seen everything shifted because of COVID, so I wanted to see what works and what doesn't work, but I wanted to film this show regardless. So it's called Amber Brashear Live. The concept is that it's like a late night TV show. I don't feel like there's a lot of females in late night TV right now, and there's certainly I don't think that there's late night TV females that are current and relevant and young.
Mm-hmm.
And funny. And everyone that I've talked to from every generation, from my people that are Republican, conservative in my family, to Democrats, you name it, age, money, finances, all that, I've asked, do you watch late night? And the answer is no. And when I ask why, this is one of the things that comes up. So I really wanted to do that, and I'm working on it right now. It's an editing process right now, so that I can pitch it. I have a book that I've been working on through COVID that is with an editor currently that's going to be releasing. It's a biography about my life, where I grew up, how I became who I am, and why. And then I'm on all social media at Amber Brashear. So AMBERBRASHEAR. Yeah, that's it. You can find me. I'll probably start season 2 of my show in May this summer. So I'm wrapping up a few things right now. I want to get season 1 and the editing stuff done, and then I can start doing more consistent shows. So I'm so glad that I got to come on here. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, I'm so excited to have you on. I look forward to seeing your show.
Thank you.
Reading the book. I'm already intrigued. You've given a lot of snippets about childhood, so I'm already intrigued. But you are such a joy, and I just appreciate you being on here. You are one of my funny ladies, just keeping it real. I love you to death. So you guys, make sure that you do check out Amber Brashear. Make sure that you follow her. Don't
It's
miss
right there. It's right
because she's
there.
absolutely hilarious. I'm sure her story is going to be read. I already know her show is going to be super good. One of the funniest chicks to ever do it. Make sure that you check her out. Make sure you pick up one of your black hoodies.
Yes, follow the
Hire,
Tyler
support
Chronicles.
Tyler Chronicles, support the More Than Culture podcast. You guys know I got so many shows. I don't have time to hate on nobody. All I can do is uplift. Atlanta shows me so much love. So definitely support him and make sure you follow your girl. Because if you ain't following me, I don't know what the fuck you doing.
Oh,
Okay?
no way.
Hop on my website. Get some of my merch. I just knocked down my lights.
Yeah, where's your merch? Where's your merch?
It is at www.sextalkwithtgraye.com. Make sure you follow me at the love below _sex talk with T Graye. We will be back at it, you guys, next week, next Tuesday, live. The Sex Talk with T Graye on WEMS Radio. I hope you all enjoy. See you next Tuesday. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.